Hello garden friends, Jara here. If you're looking to harvest rainwater for your garden, one of the most affordable and high capacity options out there is using an IBC Tote. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install an IBC Tote and connect it to your gutter system step by step so you can start collecting hundreds of gallons of free water every time it rains. You can usually find IBC Totes online through sites like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or local farm supply stores. They're often sold used at a big discount compared to new ones. You can also buy them brand new from container or water storage suppliers, but they typically cost a couple $100s. However, buying new gives you peace of mind, no mystery contents, no contamination, but they can cost $200 to $400 or more. A used tote, on the other hand, can cost as little as $60, like this one that I got off from Facebook Marketplace. It is a great deal, but only if it previously held something that was food grade safe. When buying a used IBC tote, make sure it's food grade or was only used to store water, syrup, vinegar, or something similar. Avoid anything that held chemicals, oils, or detergents, even if it's been rinsed. The IBC tote should have two labels on it. One that certifies that it is food safe, and another that explains what was previously held inside of the container so you can confirm if that substance was food safe. Do not buy a used IBC tote if both of these labels are not on it. Also look for any visible residue or odor. If it smells like chemicals, just skip it. You don't want to water your garden and vegetables with chemicals. Also, some of you might plan on drinking this water. If that is the case, you will have to ensure that the IBC tote, along with all of the materials used to connect it to the gutter system, are food safe. So this is where you will want to use PVC pipes or something like that to make sure everything the water comes in contact with is food safe and not toxic. I don't plan on drinking this water, so I'm using flexible gutter spout extension material to make my connections from the gutter system to the IBC tote. So now that you have an IBC tote, let's talk about where to put it. My setup is based on the fact that my house has a gutter system already installed in. So I had to put this IBC tote on a corner to connect it to my gutter spout system. You need to make sure the ground is level, especially if you plan on connecting two or more of these totes together to collect even more water. If the totes are not all at the same level, they won't fill up properly. I also just happened to have poured a concrete sidewalk here a couple years ago, so my IBC tote has a nice flat surface to sit on. My plan is to simply attach a water hose to the tote and water my garden when needed. IBC totes come with all kinds of openings and valves. You most likely will have to get some sort of a spigot converter kit like this one that I got from Amazon. And I'll link to all of the supplies used in this project in the description so you all can find them. I was able to convert the opening of my IBC tote into a spigot to attach any standard water hose. With that said, you need some sort of water pressure coming out of the tote for water to flow through the water hose, and especially if you plan on connecting an irrigation system. Your irrigation system is going to require a certain minimum water pressure, or PSI, and gallons per minute to function properly, or gallons per minute that flow out of the spigot. If the IBC tote is just sitting flat on the ground, the water pressure will be super low. If you elevate it, the water pressure will get stronger. The higher it's elevated, the stronger the pressure. That is why most rainwater collection setups are elevated off the ground. I placed my IBC tote on a sturdy platform made with 2 layers of stacked cinder blocks. I think we used around 20 of them to make the base. Even raising it just 1 or 2 feet can make a big difference in how fast the water flows out. And just to throw it out there, empty IBC totes are very lightweight. I'm able to move it around by myself, but it is bulky, so you will need some help to hoist it up if you put it on a raised platform. We also had some extra blocks, so we created some steps on the side here, so it would be easy for me to get up top if I needed to clean the filters or disconnect anything. Now let's talk about connecting the IBC tote to the gutter system. There are so many ways to do this. I don't know much about using tools and working with materials like PVC, so I had to come up with a very simple way of doing this. So if I was able to figure this out, anyone can make this. Let's talk about the filters first. Usually you will need to install 2 types of filters. One that catches big particles like sticks and leaves that are in the gutter system. This is the big filter that I'm using. The water from the gutter system goes into this first to remove debris. The mesh filter slides out for easy cleaning. Make sure you get a big one that can handle sudden downpours. The water then flows through some pipes. In my case, I'm using plastic flexible gutter extension material. I chose this material because it is very easy to work with. I can easily cut it with an X-Acto knife, no crazy tools required. Plus it's flexible and I can easily detach it from the final filter that sits on top of this IBC tote at the top opening. I got this fine mesh filter from Amazon. It can easily be removed to clean as well. This will catch fine particles like sand. So with these 2 filters, the water will be very clean. The last thing you want is debris or dirt getting into this IBC tote because it is very difficult to clean one of these out. I had to cut my existing downspout so the water would go into the first filter, which we screwed into the wall of my house. Then I attached a flexible gutter extension, and it just sits right on top of the opening where the final mesh filter is. Okay, so it's installed. One last very important detail. Green algae will grow in the tank if there is sunlight, which is a nightmare to clean out if your tank gets a bunch of green algae growth. So you will have to block out all of the light from getting inside of this tank. There are so many ways to do this. Some people wrap the IBC tote in black plastic or just paint it black. I went the easy route and got this black zip-up bag made specifically for covering IBC totes. We had like 2 days of unexpected rain and it filled my entire IBC tote. This thing holds 250 or 275 gallons of water. I was not expecting all that rain so soon because when I installed this, it was our dry season here in Florida. So I was not prepared and I didn't have my IBC tote covers yet. By the time I ordered it from Amazon and it was delivered, some green algae is already growing inside of it. It grows very quickly, so don't install the IBC tote until you have all the materials needed to cover it or block out the light. The algae has not grown crazy bad yet, so I can just cover this thing, which will block out all of the light, and then the algae will die back. Like I said, this IBC tote filled up with water fast, so I disconnected the extensions and closed the IBC tote with the cap it came with for now. Some people build really nice PVC connections that divert excess water away when the tank is full, kind of like an overflow feature. That's a very nice thing to have, but since I don't want to fuss with PVC and complicate things, I just didn't want to make that. But if you know how to work with PVC, it's a nice thing to add to the system. And that's it, guys. This is my super easy IBC tote install to collect rainwater for use in the garden. If you have any tips or tricks when it comes to using or installing IBC totes, please comment below and share. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.